Big Fish Bay.
And Captain Lot.
Present the adventures of Jonah.
And Captain Lot. Previously on the adventures of Jonah and me.
You haven't told me where you want to go yet.
Anywhere except Nineveh.
This is no natural storm. It's a revenge from some angry god. If your god is powerful enough to make this storm, then he's powerful enough to destroy Nineveh, right?
No, because he's much too merciful to bad people.
Never seen a fish that big before. Where did he come from? He just swallowed Jonah. Yeah, I'm going back home to Nineveh.
It's a good thing I know how to pray really hard.
Don't you get it? God wasn't saving you from the big fish. He was saving you with the big fish.
In 40 days, Nineveh will be overthrown.
You don't really care about us at all, do ya?
Why should I? I'm a Hebrew. The Hebrews are God's people.
I deserve to be destroyed. But I want God to have mercy on me, to not forget me.
I'm a Hebrew, okay? And I'm one of God's chosen people. You're mean and selfish Ninevites.
If you can't be merciful to others after God has been merciful to you, is your God actually merciful?
You said you would overthrow them, and then you didn't! It's not fair! No! If they get to be mean and selfish and still survive, then I don't want to live anymore!
In your Hebrew language, your word overthrown also means turned over to start a new leaf. Your prophecy was right all along. Nineveh has been totally turned over, totally converted, totally overthrown. God sent a big plant to cover you up.
Just let me enjoy my new best friend. I've named him Viney.
Get out of here, big worm. That's bigger than any worm I've ever seen. Oh, look what it did.
Viney, no! Oh, Viney, how could God take you away from me?
Jonah, did you create Viney?
No.
But did you love Viney?
Yes!
Do I have to ask your permission before I decide to have mercy on your enemies?
They're the enemies of your people.
Jonah, I love all my people, even the mean, selfish, stubborn, and disobedient people, because I want to overthrow them into happy, loving, merciful people. I love all of you a lot.
Ah, so wonderful. Wait a second. Did God just make a lot joke?
Next in line, please.
I can't wait. Feels like I've been in this line forever, and now I'm almost there. Don't you love these history videos they've been playing for us while we wait in line? That last one we just saw, about Jonah and Captain Lot. Well, I'm related to Captain Lot. Yes, sir. He was my great bunch of greats grandpa. My name is Lester, but you can just call me Les. Everyone does.
Next in line, please.
Oh, hey, I didn't cut ahead of you in line, did I? Oh, good. I'm excited to see him, but I wouldn't want to get in your way. So anyways, yeah, Captain Lot was my ancestor. And I grew up near the ancient city of Nineveh, although by that time the original city with those big walls, that was all long gone by then. So were all the Ninevites who had repented of their sins and received mercy from the God of the Hebrews. My parents, though, they told me Lot's story. I always wanted to meet that God. Oh, he sounded like such a merciful and powerful God. But in my time, nobody was traveling to my part of the world talking about him. So when I grew older, I traveled to Israel, hoping to learn more about him myself.
Next in line, please.
Oh, I think I'm only about 1/4 in line now. I can't wait. All right, anyways, so I got to Israel. And instead of learning about the Hebrew God, I learned about myself. Apparently, I was something called a Gentile, and God hated me. Of course, you and I know that's not true now, but I didn't know it then. Yeah, I couldn't even go to the temple. Everybody treated me like I was a leper. And the leaders of Israel kept talking about how God only loved the Hebrews. Can you believe it? They even said the Messiah was coming to destroy the Gentiles for all the mean things they'd done to the Hebrew people throughout the years. I tried to bring up the story of Jonah and Lot, yeah, and how God showed mercy to my Gentile ancestors back then. But they would just spit at me and tell me I wasn't worthy to even read their scriptures, much less understand them.
Next in line, please.
So I quit trying to meet their God. And instead I started, well, doing a lot of bad things. Hanging out with evil people, stealing, fighting, hurting, you know, being mean and selfish. Just like my ancestors had been. And I finally got into trouble about it. Me and my two buddies, Thomas and Barabbas, we got arrested by the Romans and sentenced to death. And you know what? I wasn't surprised. I mean, I didn't want to die, of course, but I knew I deserved it. All my choices had earned me this consequence. But then, I met him.
Next in line, please.
Have you ever met him before? I mean, in person? Oh, you haven't? Well, I did. It was the night before my buddies and I were to be crucified. One of my buddies, Barabbas, he got lucky. The Romans let him go. They sentenced this man to die in his place. And he got whipped, just like we had been. But then, he got a lot more. He had a crown of thorns on his head, and they were punching him and spitting him, hitting him with things. He got totally beat up by everyone. The soldiers, the priests, mobs of just random strangers, pulling on his beard. And they nailed him to a cross. Right between me and my buddy Tom. We were screaming, cursing, fighting back. You know what he was doing? Nothing. Nothing except whisper, God, forgive them. God, forgive them. Over and over. Everyone was being mean and selfish to him, and he was just being kind and loving and patient in return. Suddenly, hanging there next to him, I knew who he was. He was God. He was the very same God my family had told me about, the one that had forgiven Jonah and Lot and all of Nineveh. Finally, something made sense to me about that Jonah story.
Next in line, please.
Oh, man, I'm next in line. I better hurry up and finish my story, huh? Okay. See, something always bothered me about that story. The one about Jonah and Lot that we were seeing. My ancestors were very mean to the Hebrews. But God didn't punish them. He gave them mercy. Because he's merciful, of course, we know that. But if God is also fair and just, then how could he forgive all the mean and selfish Ninevites without giving them a consequence for their choices? But now, as I watched this kind and loving man dying on the cross, I understood. God could treat bad people with love and mercy because he himself would take their consequence for being mean and selfish. And even though I was dying on that cross, hanging right there next to him, I was still amazed. My buddy Tom, he didn't get it. He started taunting him, like the priests around us. If you're the Son of God, save yourself and us too. But I understood. He could save himself. He could. But he wouldn't. Because this was the only way he could save us. So I told Tom, "Be quiet, Tom. We all deserve to die. But this man has done nothing wrong. He's dying like a bad person, but he's the only good person. He's God and King and Savior."
Next in line, please.
Just a moment, I'm almost done. Then I looked at him, bleeding from his crown of thorns, gasping for air. And I cried out as loud as my own suffocating lungs could handle. "Lord God, have mercy on me. Don't forget about me. When you come back as King of the universe, don't forget about me."
Next in line, Lester, it's your turn. He's waiting to greet you.
My Savior. It's me. Lester. Do you remember me?
Les, I never forgot you.
Oh, Jesus.
I love you, Les. I love you a lot.
I knew it. Jesus, you made a lot joke. Oh, Jonah, get up here, buddy. Oh, you can skip the line. Come up here with me. I want you to meet my great, bunch of greats grandson. His name is Les. Les and Lot, you like that? Oh, I knew you'd like that, buddy. It's your fault he's up here, matey. Get over here.
And now it's time for the memory verse with me, Captain Lot. Let's read this together. Not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us. Titus 3:5. Now this verse is talking about how we've been saved. It starts by telling how we're not saved, not by works of righteousness. Righteousness means doing the right thing. We've never been able to do enough right things to be saved. But Jesus did. He came to this earth, lived a perfect life through the strength of his Father working through him, and then because he earned the right to save us, he saved us. And he did it who? According to his mercy, the verse says. Mercy is not something you or I could ever earn. Mercy is something given when you don't deserve it. And friends, we don't deserve it. But Jesus loved us that much. He gave us that salvation anyhow. Don't refuse it, friends. Don't be like Jonah and feel that you have to earn it yourself, or that other people can't possibly be deserving of God's mercy unless they're as good as you think you are. Because friends, no one is good except for my good friend, Jesus. He saved your friend. Won't you let him be your friend?